Looks like a great day for a swim. Hey there, how's it going? So I'm here in Rishikesh, which is on the Ganges River in the foothills of the Himalaya Mountains, which you can see out there. A stunning location. I'll just head over here and take a little look at the river, but I'm going to be going to a much better spot in the course of this video. There you go, that is the Ganges. And the view that I showed at the start of the video was from my guest house, which is one of those buildings out there, not quite sure which one. And in the distance there, you can see some boulders piled up by the river. That's where I'm heading to go for a swim in the Ganges, which is something that I have actually done many times before. I've been coming to India and to Rishikesh for 18 years now. Om Anand Swami International Yoga Academy. Notice the swastika, an ancient Indian symbol of peace. And so Rishikesh here is where the Beatles came and practiced yoga and meditation in 1968 with the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Wow, this is a big old bull there. So this used to be a way to get down to the river, which you can see down there, but I don't want to break their obvious gate there and trespass, so I'm going to have to try to find a different way to get to the water. I'm not sure if it's okay to go down here, but we will find out. Sorry, Ganga? Yes. Yes? Okay. All right, that guy was nice enough at least. Didn't seem to mind, and check it out. This is obviously a floodplain of the river. During the monsoon rains that occur during the late summer and early fall, depends on the region of India, but when the rains come, they're very serious, very intense, and this river will flood drastically. So this is a really cool area of these boulders and sand. You can get away from the noisy street there, the motorbikes and the crowds, and find yourself a nice, quiet, peaceful spot here. And as you will see, there's a great spot to take a swim. That was pretty funny. All right, so this is the boulder-strewn area. And so let me get up on top of this rock here and show you a couple things. And so down there, I can just barely see one end of the Ramjula Bridge, a walking footbridge that goes over to the Ganges there. And then upstream this way, which you could see from the balcony of my guest house in that first clip that I showed, around that corner is the Laxmanjula Bridge. So it's about a kilometer distance from one up to the other. And there is a cluster of buildings, as you can see, various guest houses, homes, restaurants, ashrams, temples, etc. around each of the bridges. And as you can see here, going up along the river. And then on the other side of the river, more buildings, and there is a road, other side of the hill there, that goes back up into the Himalayas that way, down to the town of Rishikesh itself, which is another couple of kilometers down that way past the Ramjula Bridge. And so heading that way downstream along the Ganges is the plains of India. The Ganges River flows for another 2,000 kilometers, or about 1,200 miles from here, to Bangladesh. And this way, upstream, it goes back up into the Himalayas to the source of the Ganges River, a glacier called Gangotri Glacier, which is a couple of days bus journey, or however you might choose to go, from here. And that is supposed to be an amazing, amazing adventure, getting up there, something I've wanted to do for years and haven't done it yet. I've been partway there. I've been up into the Himalayas from here on 3 different bus trips, but haven't actually gotten to the source of the Ganges yet. That will have to remain a adventure of mine for another time, because it is now going into winter and it is just getting too cold back up there. There will be snow in the upper elevations of the Himalayas. But here in Rishikesh, it is a sunny day. It is warm, not hot, but at least warm. The last time that I was here in Rishikesh was 3.5 years ago in June, which is the hot season of India. And it was around 114 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. And so it was quite a different experience. That is just scorching, scorching hot. You can barely even be out in the sun. But it is at least good for taking a swim in the river. So I did that the last time that I was here as well. I've swam in the river every time that I've visited Rishikesh, and I haven't yet. So it's about time. And check it out. This is the awesome spot. A nice, beautiful, white sandy beach. Pretty awesome. And a much safer place to swim than other places where it would be flowing faster, deeper, harder to get into. Here, it's nice and shallow right here, and then it drops off, but you can definitely go for it. Some river rafters there. And so I'm going to wait just a couple minutes here, kind of warm up in the sun before I jump in that water there, because that water is really, really cold. As I mentioned, it is coming from a glacier back up in the Himalayas. Although it's a long ways away, it hasn't managed to warm up hardly at all. It is practically ice cold. And I thought that I would address the obvious question here, which is it a good idea to go swimming in the Ganges, one of the most polluted rivers on the planet? And the answer is, it depends a lot on where you are. I would not go swimming in the Ganges in Varanasi or other places further downstream where it has been gathering pollution along the way because of all the massive cities and various towns and everything that the Ganges passes in the course of its journey heading to the sea. However, here in Rishikesh is quite different, because it is just coming down from the mountains. And there are no major cities up there. There are just some little towns along the way. And so the river here is actually relatively clean, certainly compared to what it is like further downstream. I certainly do not recommend, drinking this water or going in there if you have like open sores or whatever. But it at least seems quite clean, and as I mentioned, I have swam in it before. I'm not sure how many times, but dozens of times, I would say. and I've never gotten sick or any like weird rashes or anything like that. So it is relatively clean and safe to swim here. Here we go. This is the moment of truth. That is ice cold for all practical purposes. It is not easy to get in there, but it feels great once you do. All right, going for it. That is a serious energy rush. All right, gonna go for it again. Oh yeah, mission accomplished. And it feels good. A once-in-a-lifetime experience that I've been lucky to experience many times. Lots more coming from Rishikesh and India.